I feel like your day is won within the first 30 minutes to an hour that you wake up. Like, if the first thing that you do is brush your teeth, eat breakfast, go for a walk, journal, and meditate, you've just started your morning out doing something that's difficult. So, it makes it so much easier for you to do more things in the day that are difficult. But I also think that there's this expectation that everybody wants to do something immediately. Like, you have to set yourself up and start doing one thing at a time. Like, setting water by your bed. So if you have a cup that you set on your bedstand and that's the first thing you see when you wake up, you're going to be so much more inclined to use it. Same thing, like a lot of people have an issue with using their phone as soon as they wake up. If you set it across the room and you actually have an analog alarm clock that goes off where you don't need your phone, then you're going to be less inclined to use it. The problem is, it is difficult for you to do that because there's nobody that's holding you accountable except for yourself. That's where discipline comes into play. Like, if you look at society and you go into a grocery store, you actually have to try in this country to not be fat. It's unbelievable. You have to try to get 10,000 steps in a day. You have to try when you go to Chipotle or you go to El Pollo Loco. So I'm just looking at what's next to me right now and eat something that is, remotely okay for your body. Now, Chipotle is an easier choice, but the issue is when you have all of these options that are so easy, that are shoved down your throat, and it feels like it's impossible to pick otherwise, you can't necessarily be surprised that people fall into that trap. And that's kind of what's expected. Like, once again, you go into a Walmart, 80% of the things that are inside of the Walmart are more than likely not good for you, artificial sweeteners, artificial colors, and then a ton of shit that's bad for you. Like, I don't need to say all that stuff. You've already seen all these influencers that are telling you on the internet why you shouldn't eat these things. I don't need to be the person that says that. So, it's like, it's so fascinating. It's when you eat dinner, the culture, you're supposed to eat dessert afterwards. And I know I'm starting off with, like, talking about mornings, but it's like when you do something that's difficult at the beginning of your day, it gives you this higher baseline where you feel essentially stronger to do something that might be a little bit harder during the day. Like, if you start your day off with a cold shower, you feel more strong, you feel more capable. Like, if the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning is you go on Instagram Reels or you go on YouTube Shorts and you're seeing somebody live this life that you don't have, or you're seeing the lowlights of somebody that's living a life that you don't have, you're immediately either saying, I'm not good as this person, or you're saying, I'm much better than this person, or you're watching something that just doesn't make any sense and it's just purely fucking brain rot. Like, it is difficult. Like, you have to actively try in order to be a, sane, healthy person. And that's kind of fucking crazy. Like, I find it fascinating. Like, I woke up this morning and the first thing that I had done was I opened up the Chalkboard Fantasy Sports app and I placed a parlay for $20. And then I laid in bed for the next 2 hours. I didn't even watch football. I was just watching the ESPN, like, live score where it says whether or not somebody, like, caught a pass or not. And I'm laying there, like, in bed doing this, and it was so much harder now for me to get my day started just because of that. So, and then it was like I felt inclined to do more shitty things because I'm in this shitty position that I had set myself up for. Now, obviously, I take responsibility for my actions. Now, I didn't have to do that, but I did. You know what I mean? Like, I chose to do it, and then that's the whole debate. It's whether or not you choose to do it or not. honestly, that's kind of like the liberal versus Republican view, but we don't need to talk about politics here. So it's like, it's really fascinating, and I've kind of recognized that, and I know I'm not the only person that sort of spirals when it comes to things like that. Like, because of my gastritis, and I've talked about this plenty of times on this channel before, I can't have fried foods, I can't have caffeine, I can't have cheese, and I can't have like carbonated drinks or creamy kind of things, right? And the other day, I was about to leave to go to the library, and there was food that was being made at the house. And it was like this huge kind of chicken with, not fried, but like breaded chicken, essentially. And I know that kind of bothers my stomach. And it had red tomato sauce, which also kind of bothers my stomach. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll eat it. So I'm eating it when I know realistically I shouldn't have. I still tried to like get rid of the breading. But then in my mind, I'd already done something that was sort of bad for me, right? So now I felt more inclined to do more things that were bad for me that I know I shouldn't do, because it's like, well, my stomach's already fucked up. Why don't I fuck it up more? So then they put cake in front of me, and I'm like, well, fuck. Like, I know this is going to make me hurt, but now I'm going to eat cake. And then after that, I go and I drink 2 Celsius's, 400 milligrams of fucking caffeine, and then I'm like, well, I'm already in the thick of it. So I go to Applebee's, and I, like, get the fucking 3 appetizer thing with chicken wonton tacos, with pretzels with beer cheese, and then I also get like the little riblets with fucking barbecue sauce lathered on them, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I realize how easy it is to fall into that cycle and into that spiral, and it's laid out in front of you. It's almost as if, I mean, my biggest conspiracy theory of it all is, like, I think it's intentional. Like, I think that whether it's intentional or not, I think that it is purposeful that we are an unhealthy country, because I think it's more profitable. I think that if we are unhealthy, then that means that there are more doctor visits, then that means there are more prescriptions to be filled, then that means that there are more chronic diseases, which then means, once again, more doctor visits. And then if there are more people that are overweight, now you can provide this thingy that ends up helping them lose weight, so you create the problem and then provide the solution at the same time. It's ultimately genius. And then because you're overweight, and because you are unhealthy, and because you end up putting yourself in this spiral, in this cycle that you don't love, now your mental health is wrong, so now there's a ton of people that are going to need to go to psychologists and to therapy, and now they're getting put on antidepressants, so now there's more money that's going to be made by the government, and there's going to be more drugs that are going to be needed in order for these people to feel better about themselves. Like, it's create the problem and then provide the solution. It's like the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen, and I'm not necessarily saying everything that I'm saying is true, but I also don't think what I'm saying is wrong. Like, it is absolutely intentional, whether, I don't know, who knows, truthfully. Like, you think they were like, yes, we want them to be fat, we want them, like, no. It's just the greed from the companies end up fueling this, and then it just ends up being the shit that maybe nobody really intended, but it's just kind of what happened. Like, same thing with our cell phones. I don't think Zuckerberg, or I don't think fucking whoever made these goddamn apps intentionally made these people, want to be mentally ill, or not want to be, like, mentally ill so they compare themselves. But, like, it's just a byproduct, but it actually ends up helping them because now they're using the app more and then puts more money into their pocket. So that provides people like me, and then people like all of these other kind of influencers and whatever, to say, get out of the matrix, get the fuck out of this, like, this is what's going on, and it's like, it's so genius in a sense. Like, disingenu. I don't know what the word would be, but it is like a fascinating world to live in, and like we're living in such a, I don't even know what the word would be, like memorable time in society. Like the first people that get to experience AI, the first people that get to experience Instagram, like we'll probably grow up and there's going to be like some disease or disorder for the person that's addicted to talking to ChatGPT, and they have like their AI girlfriend and that kind of shit. Like it's all happening right in front of us, and it's cool. I mean, it really is cool when you like are able to step outside of yourself and kind of look at the world for what it is. It's beautiful. Well, it's actually not beautiful at all. It's fucking horrible, and it's horrifying, and I don't blame people for trying to make a difference. Good on them, seriously. But it's like, it is, I think it's beautiful because this is where the world has come to. Like, everybody is trying to figure out what is the best conclusion or the best option for them. And a lot of people give up. Like, a lot of people, you know, I mean, you're not educated, and then you end up getting somebody fucking pregnant, and then you're stuck with them for the rest of your life. Not saying you have to date them, but you're like, now you have a child with them because you weren't educated enough, and it's like, holy fuck, there's so much shit that's going on in this world. And then you got the PetSmart right across the street because, oh, if we get a dog, then we're going to start to become closer together because then we don't have to pay attention to each other as much, and we can, you know, if we break up, then you can have the dog for a week, I'll have the dog for a week. I don't know, like, I'm just thinking of stupid shit, but the world is a beautiful place. So, I don't know, like, I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm not saying my purpose on this earth is to create or provide art to people or be the answer to anything or anyone's problems. But like, I believe, in my opinion, like I was put on this earth in order to make art. And my art can be different than yours, and your art can be different from somebody else's. But I think the problem is the society that we live in makes you feel either like your art is much more important than it is, or it is not important at all. And I think that's where the problem is. Like, I wish that there was a possibility where it was like, everybody is important. You know, like, everybody is loving and everybody is caring. And I'm really trying to work towards that. Like, I had filmed this a couple times beforehand, and I was saying some hateful fucking shit, man. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to be known as that person. Not to anybody else, but to myself. Like, I said the things out loud, and I was like, God damn, Brandon, like, I'm sorry that you have that in your mind. And I want you to be a better person. Like, I was saying that, and, you know, like, most people who are intelligent, and I'm going to toot my own horn when I say that, are overthinkers. They're able to, I mean, most people with anxiety, you have to be smart in order to have anxiety. Like, if you have anxiety, that more than likely means you're intelligent because you are able to create scenarios that don't exist. That's why most stupid people don't really have anxiety, because they're just like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Or they're not thinking. Like, that's the point. And you wonder why anxiety is so high in today's society. It's like, because there's so much shit that's going on. There's so many possibilities of shit that can happen, and bad shit that can happen, and it feels like the weight is so much more than it actually is. Like, I mean, you wonder why alcohol use is down. It's because if you fuck up or you do something wrong and somebody pulls out their phone and records you, that shit's on the internet for the rest of your fucking lives. So now you have to feel like you conduct yourself properly. Guys aren't going up to girls in bars anymore because they don't want to be known as a fucking creep or a weirdo. And it's, and then because of this self-isolation that people are causing and that men are having, and it's like, well, now they're afraid to go up to people, and then they find their collective community where these people are already radicalized and they're not, but nobody's there to say that they're wrong. You go there, boom, now all of a sudden women are the worst fucking thing on the face of this planet, and they're pieces of shit, and your buddy Jimmy that you never met that lives in his mom's basement is like this fucking genius, and it's like, oh my God. I'm not even on any caffeine right now. I'm just fucking starving. And this is where my brain goes. But like, I believe that this is a superpower. Like, I truthfully think that my ability to believe, not necessarily believe, but put myself in all of these people's shoes is fascinating. And I think I know I want to use that for storytelling. Like, oh my God, that's fucking awesome. Like, most of the stories and most of the art that I want to make is all based on reality or something that happened to me personally, because I think, like, reality is so much crazier than kind of like the stories that you're able to create in your head. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm just more verbal about that, but I will be talking to my friends and I'll tell them a story and they'll be like, how does this shit happen to you? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I don't know why. Maybe you just end up in certain situations because of openness or closeness. I don't fucking know, dude. And sometimes there is no answer. And that right there is where I'm trying to get, is actually recognizing that there is no answer for certain shit, or it comes in time. So when you try to figure everything fucking out right now, it's like, ugh, it's impossible. But sometimes you just gotta be patient. Like, that's what the world is. And with the society that we live in, with the instant gratification of the cell phones that we're fucking using, of course we want everything now. Because when we look and we see that kid we went to high school with, or that fucking person that's done this, chasing their dreams or fucking doing all this work, it's like, damn, I could do that. But it's like, no, I can't. I'm not in the circumstances to do it. Like, man, motherfucker, I just got up and left. I did that shit impulsive as fuck. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. No, I do not regret it at all. Seriously, I don't regret anything I've ever done in my life. I've done some fucked up shit. I've done some bad things. I don't regret any of it, because it's put me in the circumstances where I am at right now, and I have so many possibilities to do so much good in this world, and that's what I want to do. So, I really don't regret anything. Now, there's definitely some things that I've done that I'm like, I wish I could fucking hit a reverse Uno card. But truthfully, if the worst things that I've done are what I've done, I'm not living that bad. I can't lie. So that's where I'm at. So I'm really grateful for this life and for the anxiety that I have, and for the people that I'm living with. Oh my God, it's the nicest thing ever. They just like let me live with them. I'm gonna have to start paying rent, obviously, but like, holy shit. And I just filmed my first fucking short film yesterday. I mean, day 1 out of 2 days, but like, how cool am I? Like, holy shit. That is, if I went back in fucking 10 years and was like, you're gonna move to Los Angeles and shoot a short film this day 10 years ago, I'd be like, suck my dick. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. And then I'd be like, yeah, I would do that. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the cool thing. So, I don't know. I would say I'm very humble, but at the same time, I'm also very grateful for what I'm capable of and what I know I'm going to do. So I believe that I have a passion, I believe that I have a goal, and that I have a gift, and I want to share that with the world. And I think everybody does. I think you just need to find what your fucking gift is, but some people are so afraid of finding it, but I also don't blame them. So, yap session's over. Seriously, pull out a goddamn journal and just start writing your thoughts, man. Like, if you have... number one, if you have anxiety, write. I don't care what anyone says. If you have anxiety, you are an innate storyteller. You can be the next Stephen King. You can be the next Christopher Nolan. You can be the next... I can't remember the guy who made... Charlie Kaufman. Like, you think these motherfuckers are, like, normal people? Fuck no! They've just learned to channel this fucking, like, mind flare that's inside of their brain onto this piece of paper that people end up loving. Same thing, like, I'm not known right now, but I know if I keep doing what I'm doing, I eventually will end up being known for what I'm doing. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be this fucking huge Oscar director, but I'm absolutely going to have people that are going to love what I make, and that's because I'm going to make what is true to me. And that is the biggest thing for me, is knowing that what I'm making is truthful. And no matter what, if you are 100% inherently yourself, there's going to be a lot of people that fucking hate you and a lot of people that like you. So recognize that, and seriously, you don't like anybody. You don't like everybody anyways. Why the fuck does it matter? And seriously, the more that you start being yourself and the more that you start, like, opening yourself up to you, you will realize who your real friends are, who actually you want to be around, and what you are capable of. So seriously, just do that, man. That's the biggest fucking advice I could tell anybody. So, I love you. And I'm talking to me, and I'm talking to fucking anybody that's watching this, but I'm especially talking to me when I start watching this back. So, cheers. Pull out that journal. Start writing. Just be good to yourself. Be kind. Be kind. That's the biggest thing you can do. Is just be kind, be friendly, and just be grateful. And if you have to pretend to be grateful, pretend to be grateful. Write down what you feel that you should be grateful for. Because if you fake it hard enough, you actually will be. Same thing. You have to fake being asleep in order to be asleep. Might as well fake... I don't want to say fake being happy. Be truthful to what your emotions are. But that's what the beauty of the world is. Just be honest. So, YVL. I need my damn jersey. The white Raptors YVL jersey sold out. I really wanted it. And I should have a YVL jersey in the mail. I don't know if it was canceled or not, but I love you. And I hope everybody has a good day. Watch a movie that goes by the name... If you haven't seen Lost in Translation, that's a really good movie. I love it, because it's like two people that are in two different parts of their lives, and they find each other. It's pretty weird, but it's a very good movie. Anyways, I love you. Peace out. Bye-bye. Mwah.